Bonjour and welcome to French Action. I am an oral examiner for French. Watch my 10 tips before sitting your French oral exams. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! Here are my 10 tips for French oral exams, and this is for any type of exam, CSEC, DELF, GCSE, and so on. Tip number 1, before the exam, right? You hear your name, it's your turn. You're panicking, you're nervous. So what you need to do is to take a deep breath before you enter the room. And this is going to calm your nerves. You go 1, 2, and 3. Tip number 2, you are now entering the room. So what you need to do is to have a nice smile and greet your examiner. The smiles will make things much easier for you. Tip number 3, greet your examiner. But how are you going to do it? Are you just going to say bonjour? No, you're going to say bonjour monsieur if it's a man, and bonjour madame if it's a woman. Tip number 4, respond to a greeting. Don't let it just be silent. If the examiner says, how are you? Comment ça va? You just respond, ça va bien, merci. Tip number 5, think of adding one extra detail. An example, you want to say j'habite à Kingston? You could, of course, just say j'habite à Kingston. But how about saying j'habite à Kingston avec ma famille, with my family? This is the extra detail that you would have added to your answer. Tip number 6, don't answer just yes or no. It is true that sometimes you find that as examiners ask you questions which require a yes or no. Aimez-vous le sport? Est-ce que tu aimes le sport? If you say yes, oui, you have answered the question. However, that is not going to give you many marks. So you need to learn to say a full sentence. For example, oui, j'aime le sport. At least if you can do that, that's very good. Tip number 7, expand your answers. So for example, here, instead of just saying oui, j'aime le sport, you could add a reason for it. Oui, j'aime le sport parce que c'est bon pour la santé. Yes, I like sports because it's good for health. Tip number 8, try to correct yourself immediately if you realize that you've made a mistake. If you do it straight away, you will not be penalized. For example, you said j'ai allé, oh pardon, je suis allé. And that will be fine. But you cannot wait till the end of the exam and tell the examiner, oh sorry, I made a mistake earlier on. I should have said je suis allé. This will not be accepted. Tip number 9, keep the flow going. It's very annoying when you ask a question as an examiner and there's silence. And then suddenly the person is answering. So what I like to say to my students is, if you need a moment to think, you can use some French thinking phrases. Some like, and you show the examiner that you are thinking about answering, as opposed to, I'm not answering the question because I didn't understand it. Okay, that's the difference. And my last tip, if you don't understand, ask for repetition. Yes, you can do that, but in French. So if you don't understand, you might say, pourriez-vous répéter la question, s'il vous plaît? Or simply, pouvez-vous répéter la question, s'il vous plaît? Or pouvez-vous répéter? Or even, répétez, s'il vous plaît. You can just say that. Or, you might say, je n'ai pas bien compris. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? and the examiner will be happy to do so. However, if you have understood the question, don't ask for repetition because you'll be penalized. You know that in an oral examination, comprehension is assessed. So we want to know if you understand straight away with minimal hesitation or if you take forever to answer. These were my 10 tips for your French oral exams. I hope that they've been very useful to you. Please let me know in the comments. Stop stressing, you'll be fine. Au revoir!